The torch has been passed. This game was special for two reasons. One, because it was the return of Riley Smith to T-Mobile Arena. Kinda. So he's still injured, he didn't play, but he came on the road trip, he got permission to do that or whatever. I don't know how that works. He was wearing the same suit he actually wore when he visited the White House with the Stanley Cup champion team. Just in case you forgot, it's us. That's the Stanley Cup champion team. And the second reason is it was Brendan Brisson's first game against his old babysitter. That's right, Sidney Crosby. Because Sidney Crosby's agent is Pat Brisson, who is Brendan Brisson's dad. So he was a huge influence in his life growing up and stuff, and so it's just, that's cool. That first period, a whole lot of nothing except for that first commercial break where it was just a bunch of tears. Oh man, it was legitimately heartbreaking seeing Riley Smith watch that video. He may not live here anymore, but he is Las Vegas. Watch that tribute video and you will understand why. So thank you, Riley Smith. Second period starts and this game is starting to look a lot like the stinker game 19 back in November because we cannot solve the goalie. This time it's Tristan Jarry, and this time in net for us it's Logan Thompson instead of Aiden Hill, who was in last time. And I don't know if you remember Ryan Graves from that Colorado Avalanche playoff series. Ryan Reeves pulled his hair, which was not cool of him, for sure, 100%. But he also injured Matthias Janmark in a clear headshot. Anyway, the history, you know? And Ryan Graves just decided, hey, this franchise, yeah, I'm gonna specifically only score against them. 2 of his 3 goals in 40 games this season have been against us. This time he gets the puck and is left wide open. I don't know why Kolazar didn't trail him and was on him or whatever. We were playing zone, whatever. But he has whatever range he wants to be able to just skate towards the back of the net, fakes a shot, Logan Thompson bites, and he banks it off of Logan Thompson's leg into the net, 1-0 Penguins. A couple minutes later, Sidney Crosby has a one-timer. The puck careens around the side of the boards. It's collected by Peterson, passes it up to Crosby, who then swings it over to Gensel, who's wide open in the slot all by himself, and he absolutely ripped this one past Thompson. Our defensive structure just didn't do anything. You can watch this clip, and I know it's not Marchessault's guy for this Gensel goal, but Marchessault doesn't move this whole time. Waugh bit and went to the point despite the fact that the puck was up to, I don't know. It was just a lot of good passing by Pittsburgh for sure, but awful defense from Vegas, and it shows by it being 2-0. In the first, Howden got a chance off of a line change, but it goes right into Jarry's glove. And at the end of the second, Cotter has a chance, but Jarry absolutely robs him. And it was a good shot by Cotter too, but Jarry with a better save. And so we go into the third period down 2-0. And at this point, I'm like, it's late. I gotta wake up early tomorrow morning, so I'm just gonna go to bed. I spent the next 15 minutes cleaning up dishes and killing some ants. And so then I check my phone, and it's 2-2. What? And so I absolutely rewind and go back into the game and just watch the rest of it, and I'm glad that I did. I went to bed a lot happier. Martinez from the left point sends it on, and it hits Jarry, I think, but there's massive chaos in front of the net, and it just so happens to Marchessault find it forehand and just chips it past Jarry's shoulder, and it goes in, and it's 2-1. Conathan Marchessault. 3 in a row, 3 goals in 3 games in a row. That's fantastic. Expect nothing less than the MVP. At least for, when hockey matters the most. And suddenly, this game is a lot more interesting. And only a couple of minutes later, Stevenson skating up through the net, kind of like Graves did, but instead of banking it off Jarry, which he might have been trying to do, I don't know. He passes it into the slot. It somehow makes its way through 2 Penguins defenders over to the stick of Dorofeev, who's in the exact same spot as Marchessault. He's the opposite hand though. And he one-times this thing just like the shot from Marchessault over Jarry's shoulder to tie the game 2-2. What? Freaking go! Dorofeev, what a goal. What do you want to say?
Mark Stone gets the puck in the goal for one time when it was a night. And Dorofeev had it in the goal, and they shoot it in the goal.
Yes, they did. Then the Golden Knights go to a power play, and there was a bunch of mess where they could have scored, but Jari keeps it out, and so the Penguins end up killing it, but there was a couple of good chances there. But immediately after this power play, Pietrangelo, over from his own defensive end, sends it up to Barbashev, who gets it into the zone, and then passes it really amazingly over into the slot to Brisson, who is all alone, and he snipes it for his first career NHL goal on the ice with his babysitter. And this celly was so intense. You could tell he wanted this so bad. It was just so incredibly good. And this would be the game winner. Vegas Golden Knights win 3-2 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The last game winning goal that number 19 scored in T-Mobile Arena, it was in the building too. Riley Smith, the game winning, cup winning, clinching goal to propel the Vegas Golden Knights into immortality. The next time number 19 is on the ice in T-Mobile Arena for a game that matters, sorry preseason, Brendan Brisson gets the game winner against his babysitter. Storybook, scripted, unbelievably good. During the celly, Korczak may have accidentally punched Barbashev in the face, but you know, it was cool, they were good. No injury from that. The Vegas Golden Knights hold on, the Penguins pull a goalie, Mark Stone misses an empty netter by like that much. And then the Vegas Golden Knights draw a penalty, which essentially just ends the game. So the Vegas Golden Knights win, finish it off. There was a scary moment with Zach Whitecloud in the second period where he gets crunched and his knee or something on the way down looked really, like he could not walk. He got up and just stood in place. The puck bounced in front of him and he cleared it, but then he just immediately hunched back over, and it was like, oh my goodness, this season is cursed. But he returned for the third period, so I don't know what they did for him, but like, hopefully that was just he needed a moment to collect himself or whatever, and it wasn't just adrenaline pushing him through the third, and we pushed him to play, and he's actually fine. That's, you know, my hope. I will find out, I guess. This game, our second periods have gone back to crap, apparently. I remember before the last year's playoffs, we absolutely sucked during the second period. The second period was a living nightmare every single game in the regular season. I think that started 2 years ago. But then the playoffs happened and we were dominant in the second period. And then this game was like, okay, well, back to the second period sucking now. And then the third period, Vegas, you know, coming in clutch. That was really cool, I guess. I would rather them just, you know, be on top of the game in the beginning. But during that second intermission, Marchessault, his kid, and I think Petro's kid, they were on the ice playing hockey during the intermission, which is a cool thing that T-Mobile does. I know that other hockey rinks do it too, but like, and Riley Smith comes and joins Marchessault on the bench, which my heart just, and Marchessault's kid scores. So I think in his mind, he's like, well, I can't let my kid outscore me in the same building on the same night that I'm actually playing and earning a paycheck. And so he goes out and scores, which kickstarts this whole thing. And huge congrats to Brendan Brisson for his first NHL career goal, first of many, hopefully. And it's, hey, rest of the league, we held on to a first-round draft pick, and he just scored a National Hockey League goal, and he looks like a stud. So, we can develop people. Torch has been passed from 19 to 19, or from Sid the Kid to Brisson the Kid, Briss the Kid. Sure. That's gonna be it for Game 46's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.